nasty DPS such as Savuki, you take him out first. So I think he was definitely doing his job.
I think you're right. Now on to Volskaya Industries.
All right, so what are your heroes that you like on
Kyle's
Volskaya?
back on the D.Va.
Well, like Vivo was saying, that second point can be a little difficult to take sometimes, kind of depending on when it could come in and how well the defense is setting up. So for me, I like Junkrat because the chokes are so tight on these types of maps, especially in the A point. I think with Rissa you could always go and use, and you tend to see a lot of Pharah on Volskaya, maybe not as much in the second section, but we'll see if we have any Pharah players in here that want to try that out.
Also love to see a hog, either on attack and defense, to pull people across the choke for easy picks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think about the two CPs like Hanamura, good opportunities for that as well. I think we saw that in the free agent scrims. This past week, a lot of good Roadhog play.
Moira is actually really strong at this map too, because a lot of tight chokes, so you can just spam your damage orb through it. And Volskaya is a very boxy map, right? So the first point and second point, they're like squares, so like you can bounce your orbs all over the place. And usually like Symmetra, like we're seeing right here, the damage orb just destroys them immediately, so it's really easy to clean up a car wash from Symmetra using Moira.
Absolutely. We have Dirty Jockey playing that Tracer, Firing Wolf playing the Mercy, Gale Capital playing the Symmetra, Parallax playing that Zarya, Third Eye Funk Boy again playing that Reinhardt, and Rayquaza playing that Bastion. I like seeing a Bastion. He is kind of trickling in here at the end, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too detrimental to his team. We have Savuki back on that nasty McCree of his, Kyle Gunner on the D.Va that we all know and love from him, Just Buck playing that Lucio, Time Lord Prime playing a Reaper, Don Jiggy playing the Mercy, and Psychrob back on that Reinhardt.
Yeah, what we saw on that first push, we had Kyle Gunner, Psychrob rather, on the Reinhardt on stream, and just kind of went into through the choke there, charged through, and was swinging really big, getting a lot of damage in, able to stay healed by the Don Jiggy, pulled back, tried to charge in again, and then went down. And once that shield went down, the entire attack had a really difficult time kind of contested with a lot of the damage coming through and started falling. So we'll see if they regroup here and come back in. I think Psychrob staying up with the shield tank especially will be essential to them getting through this choke.
This is going to be very interesting. We do see Savuki playing that Junkrat, a character that he really hates to face, but does really enjoy playing. Dirty Jockey trying to do the best that he can to farm their spawn point, but Savuki switching over to that Junkrat to try and get more damage in through that choke. That seems to be a problem right now, and they're doing a pretty good job. Rayquaza able to take out that charging Reinhardt. Big smash coming in by Psychrob, and lots of action happening here at that choke. And it looks like Dirty Jockey's team, Firing Wolf does res Rayquaza and Third Eye Funk Boy. Time Lord Prime taking out that Zarya on that Reaper. Dirty Jockey taking out Don Jiggy on that Mercy. Oh my goodness, so many things happening. I can't sum it up enough, and whew, I'm exhausted, boys.
Yeah, I think they're already starting to earn a little bit of percentage. They will take that tick there, and the Bastion is a little bit too difficult to contend with for them at the time. But now he does go down, and they're starting to earn a little bit of percentage. Parallax getting pushed back here, and it does look like the attack will be able to take this. I think, yeah, it does look like. They're still trying to contest here, but I don't know if they'll have a lot of room to work with. Time where they're using the Death Blossom, but then gets taken down. Firing will be the only one there remaining, trying to get a res off, but not a lot of room to work with. Rayquaza coming back on the Bastion, but without a shield tank, got down to stay up for very long. They may just be staggering at this point as Third Eye again in by himself, about to get focused down, and that will be a cap here for Civ's team in this next section.
My goodness, Savuki just doing some damage as that Junkrat. Kyle Gunner showing off, flexing on Dirty Jockey's team as D.Va, just doing a wonderful job. And then a big sound barrier coming in by Just Buck, and they're looking to capture this point very, very early. Lots of things happening on the point right now, and we do have Time Lord Prime playing that Pharah, throwing in some damage.
Yeah, really aggressive push coming directly and trying to get the kills they need. Gale Capital does fall on Moira, and that's a support down for the currently defending team. I'm not sure what Firing Wolf is, but now they start to clean up their kills a little bit and wrap up that first fight. It was a good push there for Team Civ. No ults to work with now as Time Lord switches to Soldier. Kyle Gunner will have a D.Va ult here shortly, but Parallax with a grab could make this next attack difficult for them. The Shatter and the Valkyrie from Firing Wolf over the horizon as well.
Absolutely. Third Eye Funk Boy just doing a phenomenal job as that Reinhardt to keep his team alive and just swinging that hammer as big as he can. As you can see, Dirty Jockey's just going to be floating around this map, trying to find those picks and take out Savuki's team. Whenever he does see them, I can feel it. He's looking for that Mercy, and he does try and take her out, but unable to. It looks like Psychraw on that Reinhardt. They're all playing at that choke. We do have a few ults on Savuki's team, and there goes one, followed by two with a Riptire. Savuki taking out Dirty Jockey and Parallax on that Tracer and that Zarya, but a big res coming in by Firing Wolf, doing a wonderful job on the Mercy, pulling Dirty Jockey and Parallax back up, and they are able to clean up this attack. Lots of things happening on the choke or on the point right now, and I do believe that Dirty Jockey's team will successfully defend this.
Yeah, that was a really big push there from Civ's team. Held well and still have ults to work with, and a couple on the way there for Team Jockey. Sitting in a good position. A lot of time to contest with, though. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock for Civ's team. Got some time to scale it back and regroup. See Kyle Gunner switching to the Roadhog off D.Va, and seeing if that may be the answer to unlocking this Team Jockey defense. But again, with Breakaways about 20% away from the 4th ult for Team Jockey, it'll have to be a pretty economical push here for Civ if they want to find any success.
Yeah, they have to do a dry push right now, otherwise they don't have any ults to pretty much they only have the Earth Shatter right now. They have a sound barrier coming, but better to do a dry push.
I do agree with that. Trying to force out some ults, maybe and level the playing field.
Yeah. I'm
sure they've been keeping track of those ults. Dirty Jockey looks like did use a pulse bomb there, but we'll be able to earn that back very quickly. Breakaway still about 10% away from that. Deadeye and Civ's team hasn't quite engaged yet, so they've got time to continue earning that. They do have the sound barrier from Just Debug on its way. Donjiki will be pretty close to a Valkyrie about the same time Savuki gets that Riptire. So it could be in for a pretty good fight here. And it'll be more about ult economy than making sure you don't commit everything all at one time. You have some to fight another day.
Yeah, no doubt. As you can see, Dirty Jockey's team does have 3 ults. They're working on the 4th and 5th, while Savuki's team does have 4 or 3, about to have 4 and 5 coming up. So if it was to me, Savuki's team should be winning this next team fight. They do need to regroup and make sure that nobody gets picked, and that's going to be incredibly important for that team. But they do need to keep an eye out for Dirty Jockey. I do see Kyle Gunner playing that Roadhog. If he can hook that Tracer, kill Dirty Jockey as Tracer, and then they could all move in as a cohesive unit, I think they do a wonderful job and take that point back. Or capture the point.
You see Dirty Jockey just causing problems in the back, just being a distraction, very difficult to find. But finally does hook him there and gets the hook. That's I say that the sound barrier will help. And that attack coming in, 3 down already. As Third Eye and Fire will follow Dirty Jockey to the grave. So he does fall there. We'll see if Donjin will use the Valkyrie to get him back up, keep this attack going. Geld Capital falls. This is just like a very good push for Team Civ right now.
Ooh, very nice job by Kyle Gunner to take out that Tracer like we were just discussing, and they are cleaning up. Firing Wolf again does res 2 of his teammates, Rayquiz and Geld Capital on the support. Dirty Jockey coming back out, says no to Kyle Gunner, doesn't take him out. Donjigi picking Kyle Gunner back up, Savuki taking out Rayquiz, and lots of action happening here on the point. They should be able to take this team fight, but it does look like Third Eye Funk Boy taking out that effective Lucio, and Parallax on the Roadhog taking out Psychraw. Lots of things happening. Kyle Gunner taking out Third Eye Funk Boy, and Parallax taking out Kyle Gunner. So lots of answers happening here. Time Lord Prime trying to track down that Mercy, but unable to, as Dirty Jockey does clean him up. And Dirty Jockey's team doing a great job defending this point. My goodness, I'm quite surprised. Savuki's team has not done a better job of going in and as one whole team able to wipe them out. But Firing Wolf, he's my MVP right now. Firing Wolf is just doing a fantastic job on Mercy keeping his team alive.
When you took the words out of my mouth, coming in with Mercy and getting the res on the 2 there just to keep that stall alive, knowing they have the short respawn to be able to continue contesting. Now down to 37%, they did give up a little bit over half the point, but they've at least got some room to work with. Civ's team came in very aggressively, and I thought they'd be able to take that the point pretty easily. But yeah, just doing well to keep the team alive.
No doubt. If we were to look at ult economy, Dirty Jockey's team does have 4 ults to Savuki's team at 2, 3 ults now. Parallax doing a nice job with that Roadhog, whole hoggle coming out, taking out Kyle Gunner. So it is now a 5v6 on the point, and Savuki's team does need to make some big picks if they want to think about getting on the point and taking it.
Now sound barrier coming out from Justy Buck in overtime here, trying to continue to keep the team alive as they go into finish this fight. But now Dirty Jockey in the back, just getting kills in the feed, picking up that double there, and Cycler on time mode. Overtime meter will be down, and a pulse bomb just for good measure. But 53.4% earned for Civ's team, something they can really take away. It's a good push there, but Dirty Jockey and his team have an opportunity to take, or rather tie up the series and get a full push here.
Great job by Dirty Jockey's team defending that point. They did have a lot of time on the board to defend that. SNK, Pivo, what did you boys see?
Man, that was a lot of healing for the last point. Like Moira and Mercy, you like people never die. I think you have like 120 healing per second if you just use the Moira Orb, the Moira Spray, and then the regular Mercy Beam. It's like insane. And they both got their support ults consecutive team fights. So Valkyrie and Coalescence, which is like Moira Kamehameha, but they both did a really good job with the second point.
Yeah, I was impressed.
The defense was the defense was more focused on what they were trying to do. This team was not pushing at correct times. They should have used a B drop and then pushed in to begin the fight. They didn't use a B drop until they were actually on point. So.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they should have done a better job initiating, but here they are on the defense. This one kind of makes me chuckle a little bit because we've got a very ill defense that's coming in with Savuki on that Bastion. Kyle Gunner playing that Orisa. Just Bug playing a Torbjorn. Time Lord Prime is seeing him on some Sombra. He is an absolute flex. I play with him quite often, and it's nice to see him on another type of hero. Don Jiggy playing that Mercy, and Psychra on that Diva. Dirty Jockey again playing his namesake of Tracer, excuse me. He Firing Wolf back on that Mercy. Gale Capital on that Moira. Parallax playing that Roadhog. Third Eye Funk Boy again playing that Reinhardt, and Ray playing that McCree. So if I had to guess one thing, it's going to be Dirty Jockey is going to be after that Bastion, and he is going to be after that turret being placed by Just Buck. And Just Buck does get taken out by Dirty Jockey, and Dirty Jockey does take out his turret as well. Kyra Gunner doing the best that he can to defend the point on the right-hand side, but Parallax and Firing Wolf going around on the left-hand side, and they are just pushing in on this point hard. Dirty Jockey is seeking blood right now, just cleaning up, takes out Don Jiggy on that Mercy. Parallax cleaning up Kyle Gunner on that Orisa. You know, that Bastion Torb combo just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, and Dirty Jockey just running right in the back here. As soon as you said that he was going for that Bastion turret, it's instantaneous. Went for that, took out Time Lord Savuki in the back there on the Bastion, and it was just, you know, after they just started losing people left and right, could not stay alive, and that point was taken very, very quickly. Now with the be 6 minutes and 42 seconds coming into the second point, they're in a really good position here as Dirty Jockey picks up a kill on Don Jiggy, and now with 2 down, Civ's team is at a very difficult spot coming back into point. But now Civ switching to Tracer takes down Dirty Jockey and puts his foot down and says, "I'm not about to let this keep going."
Yeah, very nice job by Civ to take out Dirty Jockey, but not to. I can't use my words right now, but Kyle Gunner did pull in Dirty Jockey on that Tracer, so that was very important for Civ to take Tracer out there as well. And we've got a Moira Coalescence coming in by Geld Capital, and a big ult from Parallax. They're pushing this point very hard. Savuki's team does need to get back on the point. There's lots of action happening right now. Third Eye Funk Boy just swinging big as that Reinhardt, and of course Firing Wolf just keeping his team alive and giving them that extra damage boost, doing a wonderful job on that Mercy. And if Savuki's team does not get back, there's no way that they can win this team fight.
I like the supercharger here used by Kyle Gunner, trying to keep everybody alive, but will get pulse from behind. The supercharger goes down as well, and Kyle Gunner there falls shortly thereafter. Firing Wolf trying to keep the team alive as much as possible as they continue this push, but yeah, just an aggressive attack from Jockey right now. And I'm surprised the Civ's team has lasted as long as they have.
Yeah, absolutely, but Savuki's team is answering, taking out Parallax. Time Warlord Prime playing that Junkrat, doing a nice job on that tire. I can't believe my eyes. Fantastic job by Savuki's team to hold that point. My goodness gracious, if Savuki was not on that Tracer and contesting that point as long as he did, there was absolutely no way that they were going to fully defend this point. So nice job by Savuki's team. Time Lord Prime, oh my goodness, on that Junkrat, fantastic job as well.
I think an essential switch for them, Civ going to the Tracer to try and keep Dirty Jockey at bay, and the Time Lord switching over and just showing how much these players can flex, and sometimes getting locked into certain roles throughout the season, getting to switch it up a little bit here in the All-Star game is fun to see. But now the attack coming back in for Dirty Jockey's team, just the one ult from Rayquaza to work with. Not a lot to follow a Dirty Jockey weapon at the Pulse Bomb. He's used those pretty effectively throughout the game, but again, just a strong defense from Team Civ so far. We'll see if they can continue. About 4.5 minutes to go.
No doubt, Rayquiz coming from behind at high noon, but oh my goodness, Psychraw does eat up Rayquiz's high noon ult. Very nice job by Psychraw. He does throw out that Diva Bomb, but unfortunately does not catch anybody. Lots of action happening on the point. Kyle Gunner taking out Fire Wolf. Huge pick, if you ask me. Just Bug also taking out Rayquiz, and Guild Capital taking out Psychraw's Diva Mech. But Dirty Jockey doing a nice job cleaning everyone up. Does take out Don Jiggy. Savuki taking out Third Eye Funk Boy, and Savuki also taking out Parallel X. Lots of action happening on this point. And they're going to need to, this is a 2v2 battle. Now it's 1v1 Time Lord Prime versus Dirty Jockey. And let's see who takes this this team fight out.
Looks like this one may just keep Dirty Jockey retreating a little bit, trying to get a little bit of help, and as the entire team to contend with. But again, yeah, just causing problems in the back. They don't really have too much of an answer for him if Civ's not there.
No doubt.
Fire Wolf did waste a Valkyrie in that fight, or in the retreat of Dirty Jockey.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. I'm glad that you just brought that up. Firing Wolf has done such a phenomenal job so far on that Mercy. That could have been his one misplay that we've seen so far, but they do have plenty of time, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to capture this. And a big
what
slam
a fat shatter
in by Kyle Gunner. Fat shatter, just as Pivo just said, and followed up by a Lucio sound barrier, and they should be cleaning up this team fight without a problem.
Now getting an opportunity to see Civ coming back in and clean up as well. Does have a Pulse Bomb. They were able to deal with that attack pretty well, and just a huge shatter there. Do this from was that Kyle Gunner?
Yeah, Kyle Gunner
to stop that attack in its tracks.
Absolutely. We do see Savuki does have his Pulse Bomb here. Let's see what he'll do with it. Time Lord Prime, of course, is on fire. My man and Don Jiggy is coming up with that Mercy ult. So we'll see that Mercy ult, 2 ults on Savuki's team to the 1 ult of Dirty Jockey's team.
Oh, look at that sneaky McCree coming to the right. Oh, I thought he was going to go all the way, but a Dirty Jock was in the back line all this time.
Ooh, yeah, Dirty Jockey does take out Savuki and does take out Don Jiggy. Huge picks happening right now. Let's see if they can push this point a little bit better than what they had done beforehand. Third Eye Funk Boy taking out Kyle Gunner, but a big Riptire coming in from Time Lord Prime, taking out that essential Mercy and Parallel X. Time Lord Prime also taking out Rayquiz, and Savuki saying no, no, no on Dirty Jockey and taking him out as well. Great cleanup by Savuki as well on that Third Eye Funk Boy, and again Savuki's team is able to hold that point. I am incredibly impressed. Lots of high-level gameplay from both of these teams. This is super exciting, guys.
Well, and Civ's team looked like they were dropping like flies there, and would be in a really difficult spot, but yeah, that double tire there from Time Lord just really essential in helping them swing the tide of that fight, that having a short respawn, just helping them get back to point and continue defending. And now with a minute 30, it starts feeling a little bit of dicier for Team Jockey. They've got a couple ults they can use and try and combine well. They've got a few more on the way. Guild Capital's Coalescence comes to mind here in the next fight or so, but that's a really good defense from Team Civ so far.
I'd like to see Psychraw keep that defense matrix up a little bit more whenever Dirty Jockey does throw those pulse bombs out. He's been doing a nice job getting those pulse bombs as quick as he can. And Savuki's team does need to try to get together a little bit right now. They're a little bit spread out on this map with Dirty Jockey's team on the right side, and a big shatter coming in from Kyle Gunner. Kyle Gunner taking that essential Firing Wolf on that Mercy out, taking out Rayquiz on that McCree. Huge shatter by Kyle Gunner, and a very nice defense being shown by Savuki's team.
Yeah, and again, just using those ults really smartly. He actually got in that shatter. It was the opposing Reinhardt. Third Eye Funk Boy and Firing Wolf went directly for Firing Wolf, completely passing by Third Eye, just trusting this team to take him down, just going for that priority Mercy. And again, yeah, this defense really strong from them. 30 seconds left on the clock for Dirty Jockey's team. They've got a few ults to work with. They don't want to rush this too quickly, but they do have an opportunity to come back in and really make this last fight interesting.
Yeah, I started to see Savuki's team overextend a little bit, but they were cognizant and they decided to pull back onto the objective point. Now we've got Kyle Gunner charging in almost blindly as that Reinhardt. Hopefully he doesn't pay a price for that. And another Riptire coming out by Time Lord Prime. Where's this Riptire going? Where's this Riptire going?
On the grab coming in from Parallax, looking to grab a couple. Time Lord does grab two, Parallax and Dirty Jockey, but now it looks like the fight kind of all over the place, not necessarily on the point of Civ and Justy Buck trying to continue this defense as Third Eye Funko comes in, help with the Valkyrie coming in from Firing Wolf just to keep everybody alive.
Big Shatter, nobody's taking out Firing Wolf. They need to take out that Mercy. That Mercy is so essential. But Donji coming in, taking it, bringing in Time Lord Prime. Time Lord Prime does get farmed pretty quickly. Kyle Gunner takes out Firing Wolf. They may be able to contest this point for a little bit longer, and they may be able to hold this, but Gale Capital comes out with that coalescence from Moira, and there's so much happening on the point. Savuki trying to stay alive, but he can't. He gets picked off by Dirty Jockey, and we are pixels away from Dirty Jockey's team taking this point, and they do.
Oh,
they
Donji
do. Dirty Jockey's
able to
team.
get in.
Holy smokes, boys. Whew. I'm exhausted. What a match.
That was fantastic. Just a really good push there from Team Jockey there at the end, and I can't imagine how Donji didn't get on there with the res. So close, and just inches, like I said, pixels away from being able to contest that point.
So Parallax died every single time for the Time Lord Riptire, so that feels bad, man. Did that for every single one of them.
Wow, as you can see, 55 eliminations coming in from Dirty Jockey. 30 objective kills, 44 eliminations coming in from Geld Capital. But in my opinion, the MVP is Firing Wolf. Firing Wolf did not get the votes, but his Mercy play, sans that one, what I thought was sort of not, it was a little bit out of his playstyle or character. He was absolutely critical to Dirty Jockey's team, and he just did a phenomenal job keeping his team